Hi guys, this next video is how to draw a tropical island, a little bit like the one you can see in front of you. So I'm going to start with a fresh piece of paper, and for this particular video I'm going to be using some colouring pencils and one felt tip pen for my outlining. Okay, and the beauty about this is the colouring pencils and the felt tip pen won't interfere with each other. Okay, it's not like waxy crayons. If you try and do felt tip pen on top of waxy crayons, it won't work because of the surface of the wax interfering with how the felt tip pen ink sticks on the page. So they're a really good medium to use together. Okay, now I'm going to start off with a basic pen drawing. Okay, and I'm going to do mine portrait. Partly because I like doing that, partly because you can see it all on the video nice and easily. So I'm going to start off with some waves here, okay? I'm going to do a wavy line. This is going to be my C, where my C comes in. I'm going to come back to that later. And in this one, you can see that I've got a beach, some bushes, some different sort of bushes, some palm trees, and then a kind of rocky bit here. Could be a volcano. It could be, there could be a little lake up here, possibly, something like that. So I'm going to play around with that idea. I'm going to draw a rock that sticks into the sea like this. And then around the rock, I've got this beautiful beach, like so. All right, on top of that, I've got my first layer of vegetation. I'm going to do a wiggly line, okay? Wiggly squiggly. Take your line for a little walk. Doesn't really matter. There we go. So that's one lot of vegetation. On top of that, I'm going to add some larger bushes. And they're going to go on top again. I'm not too worried about what my pen does. Wiggly biggly. It's going to look like some sort of bushes. Okay, maybe I'll do another bit of rock coming out of here as well. And possibly another bit of rock here. And I might do some more bushiness here. So it doesn't look anything like an island at the moment, does it? Looks a bit weird, I think, but quite interesting. Then I'm going to add some palm trees. Now these are really, really fun to draw. So draw a slight curved shape. And I can overlap this a little bit if I want to. This is going to be the trunk of my palm trees. They're going to be coming out. And you can do loads of these if you want to. Doesn't matter. They'll come out like this. And then the simplest way to do the palm tree leaves is just to do a hanging shape like this, a bit like a banana shape, and then a couple sticking out the back. And you never know, it might be a coconut tree, so you could add some coconuts to that. Okay, I'm going to add that as well, over here and over here, like so. Okay. And I'm going to raise my island up a little bit more. I'm going to do some more rocky bits here, like so. You know what, I might put a lake in here and a little waterfall, like so. Okay, now I've got my basic shape there, and then I'm going to use some real simple colours just to bring this to life. So I'm going to start off with a nice blue sea. Okay, I'm going to use this slightly darker. Now I'm holding my pencil slightly differently. I'm going to turn my page. I find it easier to turn my page to do this horizontal shading. I like turning it this way. If you were right-handed, you might turn it this way. Entirely up to you. Okay. So again, I'm going to do this really quickly for the purposes of this video. You could take your time. So I've got my blue sea. I've got my yellow sand here. Okay. This is my beautiful sandy beach. Okay, now I've got different sorts of vegetation. I've got my different greens. I've got my light green. I've got my darker green. So I'm going to start off with a light green here. And I'm not being too precise here. I'm not really worrying about this too much. Then I'm going to do a dark green behind it. Okay. And maybe I'll do a light green again, just to show some different kind of textures. The palm trees, I'm going to have a nice brown trunk. And I'm going to go for some dark green leaves on this one. Okay. Now for the rock, I'm just going to use a normal pencil, okay? That's the kind of grey that I want. So I'm going to do some light shading here with my regular pencil. In fact, I'm going to put a little bit of hatching, so all the lines going in one direction, and a little bit of cross hatching, and I go over that the other way as well. Okay, so you could really take your time here. And I'm going to make this water, right? But you could make it lava if you wanted it to be. You could do loads of smoke coming out. That'd look pretty cool. So here's my tropical island there. Waterfall goes back down behind these trees here. Now, that's your basic design now. The beauty of this is, and the fun bit, I really like doing this bit, is adding some more detail. Okay, so I'm back to my felt tip pen. An easy thing to do, just put these lines around your palm tree. That gives us the texture of the trunk of the palm tree, like so. You can see that I'm building this up bit by bit. Now the vegetation, I can just do some lines here to give the impression of the kind of bushes and the leaves. So that's kind of lines, little lines there. And with this one, I might do more like some dots. And that shows the viewer that that is a different sort of plants growing here. So you could do squiggles, lines, dots, crosses, whatever you choose to make your picture interesting. Maybe at the back here, I'll even do a little bit of hatching just to show some shade. I might draw some key lines here, showing off bits and bobs. And you can add more and more detail to this. I might do a little cave here, the mouth of the cave. Maybe there could be a little hermit living in my cave, or possibly I could do some more bushes over here at the back, growing behind the island. Who knows what's on the other side of the island? Okay, so you can build it up and build it up, and it's good fun. It's really good fun. You could make it bigger and bigger. You could do loads of trees coming out. Going back to the front again, if you want to do the sea more detailed, you can just do some squiggles like this. Okay, so notice I'm not doing a complete squiggly line. I'm leaving some gaps. And then when I do my next layer, I'm going to fill that hole like so. Okay, so I'm building up and building up. And you never know, you might want to do a shark there, something like that. Okay, have a play around with it, see what you come up with. With the sky, you could do some clouds. Here's a little tip for a cloud. You could do a cloud behind the peak. So I'm doing a horizontal line like that, and then I'm going to go boop, 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 boop. So I've got a flat bottom to my cloud, and I got a nice bumpy top, okay? And I could do a little bit of detail here, just by adding some things like that. And you could do some more of those, like so. So bumpy top, flat bottom, all right? Bumpy top, flat bottom. And maybe the sun is peeking out behind one of these clouds, like so. Okay, have fun, play around with it. Good luck.